There it is. Rocks to the top of the hill. Anyway, on this episode, we're going to talk about hiking poles, how I use them, and where would I use them on the death race. And we're going to look at a little trail called Drunken Logger, and we're going to give you a bit of a training update. This is my second run of the week. Recovering from COVID. Lungs are getting really clear. Still coughing and hacking, but getting better. Heart rate's about 5 to 8 beats higher than it normally would be. It's the benefit of running always on the same trail. So I'm thinking that's the virus still. I do still feel kind of tired. But I did just a fun run with my daughter. And this is the long run, 17K. And that'll put me at about 23 kilometers and about 3.5 hours to run during my recovery week here. I fully expect to go right back into my regular schedule of 5 days in the week of runs and up to 60 kilometers again. So that race day is looming fast. Okay? So we'll be down to 15 weeks. Whew. She's coming. So I hope your training is going better than mine. And we'll see you at the race. Hey, fellow competers. I'll do a little bit on poles. And it's kind of interesting if you follow some of the runners. The Barkley Marathon, Gary, famous Canadian out of Vancouver, Chilliwack area, tried the second time to finish the Barkleys, and one of the things that stopped him was a broken pole. On the death race, I came across a hiker who was devastated because her pole had come apart and couldn't carry on. Poles are pretty important. I myself will use poles for sure, only for the up, never for the down, unless it's really, really steep and I'm using them for something to keep me from falling, or on sometimes a creek crossing to give me stability. But majority of the time it's always going to be on the downhill, and I'm going to use them. I'm actually going to create 5 pounds of thrust per pole. So one of the things I do is I actually do mark my pole. You can see there's a black line right there because it's and I use the cantilever lock style. These ones here were $30, and I've had them for almost 10 years now. They've been around the death race a couple of times. So I always said that the pole is no good when you're running in your hands because you didn't put it away. And the hill, when you look at, like I'm looking at a hill just on my trail here, that maybe I should take my poles out, but I don't because this takes too long to take my backpack off. That's why you can see here, it's easy for me to take my poles out and also to put my poles back in. I can do it without taking my backpack off. And all it is a couple PVC pipes that have little notches cut in them and zip tied to the pack. And they've been on there as long as the pack has been with me, and that's been over 8 years, as long as these poles. So the only thing that holds them in there is gravity. So anyway, the pole is set for the length that I like. I've trained with that and whatnot, and it's a nice rhythm as we're going up. We're actually driving that pole into the ground and pushing and pulling. We're not doing this with my pole or doing one of these. No, it's here to provide me thrust. So the best thing you can do is do dumbbell workout to get your tricep built up and to practice with them once in a while on the trails, but don't practice with them all the time because you want the benefit of the calves getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And then when you actually bring the poles out, it's a great benefit. So poles are going to be used on legs 2 and legs 4. And the reason I'm going to use them on leg 5 is to keep me standing up, because my legs are going to be done by that time. But definitely on 2 and definitely on 4. If you don't need the poles, put them away. If you need them, take them out. But don't be running the trail. I see so many runners running kilometer and kilometer and kilometer with their poles in their hand. Put them away. Anyway, that's me on poles. Thanks for watching. Well, here's one of my favorite trails. I think I've shown it to you before, but I got to do it again. This one goes through some of the nice fern valley that's here and whatnot. And it's known as Drunken Logger. So here it is again. Enjoy. Mark the poles? Yep. Hey, I hope these videos have been helpful for you, and I'm glad you made it this far. So like, share, and all that good stuff, and we'll see you at the start line.